I mean, let me give you an analogy. If my boss, and I don't do anything nearly...
Now, would you say that you have more fun doing talk radio or music radio?
Oh, I enjoy doing news and sports, being able to get out and cover events and be on the scene. You know, whether it's the dedication of the Vietnam Veterans Parkway last year, or just this past weekend, I was at the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremonies, and of course that's a tremendous facility. And being there, especially a guy I graduated with was inducted this past year, Columbus native Sam Mitchell, who was Mercer's all-time leading scorer up until about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so to be there at an event like that was just a thrill, because, you know, there are all these heroes of mine that are in the sports hall. So as far as music and talk, when they first hired me here was before the talk station, and they actually pulled me in to replace Skip Holmes, who had done a morning show. God rest his soul, too. So I came in and doing a morning show. First time I'd ever done mornings, and I enjoy the music, because music, especially, well, what I consider oldies to me are the music I grew up with.
Yeah.
So it stretches from, say, 1965 to 1985, and when you hear a song, it puts a picture. It puts you in a time machine. It takes you back. Gosh, I remember when I heard that song the first time, or gosh, you know, I was dating so and so at that time, or I remember that song meant a lot to me because of an event that was tied to that memory. And so there's a nostalgia that comes with music. And if you're, you know, it's different with every format. If you're playing an oldies format, so there's a lot of that remembrance and maybe fondness for yesteryear. If you're playing a top 40 format, then, you know, it's more current stuff and hip-hop and more timely. Every format has a different appeal to it. Right. And so I kind of like music more than I like talk. If I had my druthers about talk, well, I'd be doing sports talk, because I'm a sports nut.
Yeah.
Who's
your favorite college team?
My favorite college team? Well, all pardons aside to my alma mater, Mercer, because I do love the Bears, but deep down, before I ever went to Mercer, I was and still am a huge Georgia Tech fan, and I always will be. My uncle graduated from there, and my cousin flunked out from there. Hence why I went to Macon and Mercer. Yeah, I'm a yellow jacket, mister. Let me tell you. And seeing the Jackets do well and being able to cover them through the years has been a real blessing for me. Let's look at the latest from the Peach State as we check out sports headlines. It's 12:16, and coming up on the college hardwood this evening, Mercer visits Belmont. Bob Hoffman's club on the road for their final 2 games of the season, just ahead of the Atlantic Sun Tournament, which gets underway March 3rd through 6th at the University Center in Macon. Now, speaking of tournament action, the state basketball tournament coming up, and the Northside Lady Eagles will be playing host to Chapel Hill. That game scheduled for a 3 o'clock tip-off this Saturday. Mike Davis will have complete coverage for you. And then the Warner Robins Demonettes, they're on the road. And this continues on WRWR. I'm Todd Wilson.
After filming was completed at WRWR, construction began on the facilities for WRWR-TV. The TV station is expected to start during summer of 2010. I'm Chris Rogers. Thank you for watching.